In a village nestled deep within the heart of Africa, surrounded by lush green forests and tall, swaying palm trees, there lived a young man named Dungobwo. Now, Dungobwo was not just any ordinary young man. He had a head so large it seemed as though it contained all the knowledge in the world. His head was round and bulbous, sitting on his shoulders like a massive calabash. Wherever Dungobwo went, the villagers would stop and stare, snickering behind their hands. "Look at Dungobwo with the big head," they would whisper. "He must have eaten too much wisdom." The young women of the village avoided him like the plague. They giggled and gossiped, saying that Dungobwo's head was so big it would block the sun if he ever stood too close. No one saw the kindness in his eyes or the quickness of his mind. They only saw the size of his head, and so they mocked him. Dungobwo, though saddened by their taunts, did not let it weigh him down. He spent his days quietly tending to his father's farm and his nights gazing up at the stars, pondering the mysteries of the universe. He knew deep within him that his head was filled with wisdom, and he prayed that one day he would have the chance to use it. One fateful day, as the villagers went about their daily routines, a terrible darkness fell over the village. The sky turned as black as midnight, and a great, fearsome roar echoed through the land. The villagers ran to the center of the village, their faces pale with fear. A monstrous creature, with eyes like burning coals and scales as tough as iron, had emerged from the forest. The beast was huge, its body coiled like a serpent, and it threatened to destroy the entire village. The villagers were terrified. They had never seen such a creature before, and they had no idea how to defeat it. The strongest warriors tried to fight it, but their weapons bounced off the creature's scales like pebbles against a rock. The wise elders chanted ancient spells, but the creature only grew angrier. In the midst of the chaos, Dungobwo stepped forward. The villagers looked at him in surprise, wondering what the young man with the big head could possibly do. But Dungobwo did not hesitate. He approached the beast calmly, his heart steady and his mind clear. "Great creature," Dungobwo called out, his voice strong and unwavering, "I know you are not here to harm us. Tell me, what is it that you seek?" The creature paused, its fiery eyes narrowing as it regarded Dungobwo. It spoke in a voice that rumbled like thunder, "I seek the one who can solve the riddle of the ancient tree. It has been many moons since I last tested the wisdom of humankind. If you can answer my riddle, I shall spare your village." The villagers held their breath as the creature began to recite the riddle. "I am tall when I am young, but short when I am old. My light guides the way, but too much of me can burn. What am I?" Dungobwo closed his eyes, letting the words of the riddle wash over him. The answer came to him almost instantly, as clear as the light of the moon on a cloudless night. "A candle," Dungobwo replied, his voice calm and sure. "You are a candle." The creature's eyes widened in surprise, and then, to everyone's amazement, it began to shrink. The massive scales fell away, revealing a tiny, harmless snake that slithered away into the forest, never to be seen again. The darkness lifted, and the sun shone brightly once more. The villagers erupted in cheers, overjoyed that their village had been saved. They surrounded Dungobwo, lifting him onto their shoulders and praising his wisdom. But as they celebrated, something miraculous happened. Dungobwo's head, once so large and round, began to shrink. It grew smaller and smaller until it was just the right size, as though all the wisdom he had used to save the village had left his head and spread throughout the land. The villagers were astonished, and the young women who had once mocked him now looked at Dungobwo with new eyes. Among them was the beautiful princess, Naatikai, who had watched the entire scene unfold. She stepped forward, her heart full of admiration for the brave and wise young man. Dungobwo, Naatikai said, her voice soft and filled with respect, "You have shown great wisdom and courage. Will you marry me and become the prince of our village?" Dungobwo, who had long admired the princess from afar, smiled brightly. "I would be honored, Princess Naatikai," he replied. And so, Dungobwo, the young man who had once been mocked for his large head, married the princess and became a beloved prince. The villagers never forgot the day he saved them, and they never mocked him again. Instead, they praised his wisdom and kindness, knowing that true greatness comes not from appearances, but from the heart and mind within.